Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Tell me if you can hear me. Tell me if you can hear me. I want to check my sound levels. Everybody hit a one in the comments if you can hear me. Had these little sessions, I'm not sure what's going on, trying to get used to this new software. But it seems like I'm up and running. I'm so glad to see you guys, man. Seeing everybody hit the likes. I want to hit the likes. Um, hey, welcome to my live today. This is Ed from Ed Travels. I want to thank everybody for joining me on your Friday evening TGIF live. I just want to say thank everybody for coming out, checking me out on today's live. Hey, I want to start off by stating Rice Patty in the house. My man Rice Patty in the house. Make sure you put a link to your channel in the comments, Rice Patty. It was great sending you a message, checking on you, man. Hope work went well. I just wanted to start off the live because of something that I was feeling concerning this channel. And as you can see, the name of the channel is Ed Travels. And I came up with that name because I wanted my channel to be about travel. Now, this channel was started long before the Passport Bros movement became a thing. Hey, what's up, Eric? Shout out to Eric. Eric in the house, my man from up in Alaska. Good to have you back, bruh. Eric in the house. And Pooh Man in the building. What's up, Pooh Man? As always, thanks for the love and support. There's Rice Patty's information. Go check out his site. Rice Patty has some great information about the matrix, about getting yourself together. That's what we're working on to get that game plan. I'm going to discuss that tonight. But I wanted people, Pooh Man, I'm doing great, bro. How are you? I'm doing wonderful, man. How are you? Hey, British Horace in the building. Thanks a lot. Thank you. And I wanted to talk about. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much. Thank you. And I wanted to talk to everybody about what my vision was for Ed Travels. Again, this was long before the Passport Bros movie became a thing on YouTube, before I started doing lives and things of that nature. And granted, the Passport Bros movement is multifaceted. Now, one of those facets is the haters and the community, the hyenas. Lord knows I've talked about that ad nauseum, as I've talked about it before. And when you go around to all these different channels, that seems to be what's driving the clicks, the views, the super chats, all of that kind of stuff. It's about what the haters are saying, what the community, the sisterhood is saying about Passport Bros. And my whole thing is that there's room for that, but I don't want this channel to be based upon that, if you understand what I'm saying. I don't want the channel to be based upon just talking about people who speculate, fabricate, and try to humiliate men who are simply trying to explore their options overseas. Now, everybody travels for their own reasons. I'm going to get into that a little deeper. And one of the big things for me is, number one, you got people talking about Passport Bros who have no idea. You can understand that based upon what they say. Broke, dusty, they don't have no money. How can you travel internationally if you don't have money? That's ridiculous. You know, all the status quo crap that they always say. You're going after these women that are poor, uneducated, blah, blah, blah. They just want your money. Well, the women here just want your money. You know, so my thing is, like my grandmother told me when I was young, and I don't want to get a strike or whatever from, you know, the YouTube family, but people that are mentally challenged, don't argue with somebody who's mentally challenged. Because the question is, are you mentally challenged or are they mentally challenged? Especially if I know that you are. So I'm not going to waste my time, my effort, my emotion, my energy into arguing with somebody who's not really hip to that. Okay. You know, okay. All right. But my thing about it is you got people speaking on the movement that have no idea. How many of them have passports? How many of them have ever traveled internationally? And more importantly, as I said in my video that I posted today, Mad Dollars Gaming in the building. Welcome. As I posted in my video today, it's all about moving forward and staying focused on becoming a better traveler, becoming a better person. And you're absolutely right, Black Man Travels. That was my point. Yeah, I mean, people say it's a movement. It is a lifestyle. It is the way that you move. It is a lifestyle. It's been a lifestyle for me. You know, but people use the term movement interchangeably in the social media world that we live in. But my thing is that I don't care. It's like, why are you trying to dictate to a grown man what he does with his time and his money and where he goes and what he works? Why are you DICK checking and pocket checking a grown man who's making his own decisions? Again, people travel for several reasons. I love culture. I love food. I love music. You know, I love to wake up in a different, different country, breathing different air, seeing how other people live. Even though I might not understand it, I gain an understanding. I meet interesting new people, taste new food. Some I like, some I don't like, but I get to do it. It's not like I just get to hear about it. But in these YouTube streets, what gets you clicks, what gets you super chats, what gets you the cash apps and all that is when it's drama. When it's drama. When people going back and forth with these TikTok chicks and all of that. And I just don't want to do that. I don't want to put forth that effort. I want the narrative on this channel to be about travel. I want to be able to talk to you about becoming a digital nomad. What's the difference about, I want to take the difference between being an expat and being a digital nomad. I want to talk about what's the best way to get tickets, what you need to travel with. I want to talk about the difference between a visa, a passport, buying your ticket. It's that time in the building. Greetings, brother. Greetings to you too. Yeah, I agree, Black Man Travels. We need more content creators in the space to be authentic and speak on the real. You know what I'm saying? It's if you've never been anywhere, how can you call yourself that? Original man in the building. Original man is here. And he says culture, music, peaceful environment, business ventures, haters. Yeah, trying to stay relevant, make some look for. And you see, and that was another one of my points I made in the video. Even the detractors are getting weaker. They're regurgitating the same BS over and over again. So I see even less value in giving them a voice, giving them a platform. Again, staying focused, moving forward. As we get ready to move into 2024, more and more countries are starting to offer digital nomad visas. And that falls into the category Mulatto Vanguard in the building. Mulatto Vanguard is here. Travel channels are popping. All advice traveling is needed. Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We as Black Man Travel Kings need to push our own narrative without going back and forth arguing people. Exactly. That is exactly my point. There's no need to go back and forth for these people. Heard it all before. not trying to hear it again. And that's my thing. As we're moving into 2024, there are changes. Europe is going to have a new process of you getting a pass for you to be able to travel within Europe. I'm going to be doing a video on that as more information comes out. It almost equates to having a real ID here in the States when you travel. Instead of just coming with your passport, you're going to have to get a pass that you get electronically. Those are the things people need to know. I saw a brother the other day on Facebook ask a question. You can tell he was a new traveler, but he said, how much is a visa to travel to Africa? And then this is what I didn't like. You have brothers roasting him and clowning him. Yeah, Africa is not a, it's a continent. It's not a country. There are tons of countries in Africa, but a visa and a passport are not the same thing. Your visa allows you access into a country so you can travel there visa free. I think America ranks like 17 in the world. For you to be able to enter a country for X amount of days, 30, 60, 90 days without a visa. Some of the other countries you have to apply for a visa before you come, or countries like Cambodia where I live, you can get a visa upon arrival. But a video needs to be done about that so that brothers are empowered, because knowledge is power. They know and they don't get caught up. Like I did a short today. When I travel, typically I'm flying Korean Air or Delta when I'm flying, because they fly directly into Hartsfield, and that's my final destination. So I'll go on Skyscanner, and I'll go on Kiwi, I'll go on, trip.com, one of these third-party sites, and I'll check the flights. And I'll get an idea of what the prices are, but I book my flight through delta.com directly because I am a SkyMiles member. I don't care if I fly, I'm a Korean Rewards member, Singapore Air, any airline I fly, I join their rewards program because it's free. And if I do fly that airline, then I'm getting miles on that airline. So when I did the short, but I do know, I am aware that the price at the airline is higher than the third party site usually. But the flip side of that is if you get bumped, if there's a cancellation, then because you book directly through the airline, all you got to do is go to the gate agent, the ticket gate, and you're dealing directly with the airline. You're not dealing with a third party that you have to call and go through that whole rigmarole and all of that in order to get your ticket changed. So that's why I said what I said. And that's why I put that out. And that's what my content is going to be towards. Now, I'm still not going to stop talking about the issues that are causing or motivating brothers, passport bros, blue book gentlemen, travel kings to leave the United States, because I think that is important. But that shouldn't be the end all be all focus of what a travel channel is about. Every time I do a live on Friday, I try to highlight a destination, usually a destination that I've been to, just to make people aware. I did Portugal before. I've been there several times. And I'm doing Vietnam tonight because I live right next door and I've been there several times. But that's the kind of information that I'd like to pass on. I don't want it to be all about, what's going on. Yeah, exactly, Mulatto. And I'm getting to your comments right now. All the silliness, British Horse said, with all the silliness going to the States, I'm seriously looking into, hey, me too. Can't even watch news. Also, vaccine requirements in various African countries. Another hurdle is obtaining because you don't want to get there and not have your visa stuff right. That is a problem. Hey, shout out to Dwight. You're the type of guy that can help people, brothers that are new, because we got a lot of young brothers now that are traveling and they need to know this. Hey, bro, thanks so much.
Thank
Dwight,
you,
the mentor,
thank you.
and safe travels to you, brother. Haven't been to Liberia, but I plan to go. Like this says, I haven't been there yet, but I plan to go. And see, and that's what I wanted to talk about on this channel. It's about travel. Knowledge is power. I want to encourage. I want to empower. Because you can't listen to it. I made a mistake on the little video I did. Haters never hate on a loser. Right? A loser ain't doing nothing. Hey, I'm at Travel with Ed 82. Dwight, you can hit me up, DM me, uh, send me a comment. I'll get with you. We can chop it up, collaborate. I just want to get the information out. What's going on, Jeff? Big shout out to my airborne brother. Happy Airborne Day. It was Airborne Day here in the U.S. I'm doing well, Airborne. Looking strong, feeling much better. Thank you for asking. Good to let you guys know to join the airline freaking Fridays Cup so you can get more free flights as you accumulate miles when they travel. Because now, with the miles that I have, I can get tickets both domestically and internationally just with the miles that I have. Because every leg that I'm doing is 13, 14 hours. So I'm really gaining those miles. And even when I'm traveling internationally, I'm still doing that. Hey, Rice Patty, I got a real short video about Vietnam that's coming up. Yeah, all visa restrictions, non-visa, same day. Yeah, because say for instance, in Cambodia, you can get a visa upon arrival. But if I go to Vietnam and I'm traveling with my lady who's Kamai, she's Cambodian, she gets to go to those 10 Asian countries. Rice Patty knows what I'm talking about. She can go without a visa. Me as an American, I have to apply for a visa before I go. So if I fly to Hanoi, usually they check you, right, before you leave your departure airport for your visa. But if you slip through the cracks somehow, if I land in Vietnam without that visa, then I got to jump through some hoops to get it. But I have to have that visa. Vietnam is one of the countries where an American passport does not get you automatic entry. You have to apply before to get that visa before you go. So those are the type of things that I want to get out. So in other words, F the haters. I could really care less about what they have to say. Right? Also, you're absolutely right. Certain credit cards will get you those perks, those miles, free global entry, free pre-check, free priority pass. Those are great options and tools to have in your travel, your travel suitcase when you're traveling. And see, this is the type of information that I want to be able to put out that's valuable so that people can understand the proper way to travel, what to pack, what you shouldn't pack, right? I didn't know about that, Dwight. Like I said, there's a lot of stuff we can get the ancestry. Yeah, like for me, I was born in Uganda. I lived in Uganda until I was 7. So I'm eligible to get dual citizenship and a Ugandan passport. So I'm doing that when I go there next year. But those are great things. See the information that's already coming out. So the people that aren't joining us now that can watch this later can read these comments, and that's why I'm putting them up so people can see this. See, these are the type of things. All right. But I do want to start, after I said all that, I want to start at the genesis of, because I have to touch on it. I have to touch on it. Because I'm here in Atlanta. I'm here in a major city. You had to send my document, my passport to, yeah, I had to do that for India beforehand, but yeah, but I had to do that for India. I had to send my passport to the Indian embassy because I went there for 12 days on a Buddhist pilgrimage, and I did it from North Carolina. I had to send them my passport and get it back. And there are ways too, Rice Patty. There are ways for you to get 2 passports if you have to do that. It's special criteria that you can get 2 passports if you travel to those countries on a regular basis. Errol in the building. What's going on, bro? Yeah, exactly. Showed up without a visa. Oh boy, huge mistake. Almost got arrested on the spot. Yeah, I can't wait to get back. I really can't wait to get back. Hey, Dwight, for real, hit me up. I'm over here in Decatur where it's greater, man. I'd love to link up with you, man. This is where my home was before I moved to Cambodia. So I'm back for a couple months. So let's definitely get together. Hit me up on if you have IG or hey, definitely hit me up, man, so we can get together. But I was watching these videos about brothers leaving, and of course it was the hate that was coming from, you know who, the sisterhood, the community, whatever, about these foreign women. And bear with me. This video is about 3 minutes, fair use, but I want you to hear. I want you to listen. Okay, I got you, bro. Let me go ahead and save that, and I'll hit you up, Dwight. Thanks a lot, bro. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
But I want you to listen to what this young lady had to say. Please listen. Not, fair use. Oh my God. All right, guys. I'm sorry about that. I have no idea why that sound. I'm gonna put a link in there, but basically, what the young lady was saying, because I'm doing this on the fly, so I really don't have. Uh, hold on. Let me turn this up. Let me try again. Let's see. All right, gentlemen. I'm not quite sure what's wrong with that video because this software is tripping. But basically, what the young lady was saying is that, and I can speak on this because it ties in to what I was saying about staying focused. If you've put yourself in a position that you're able to travel, whether it's to live overseas, to work overseas, um, and all of that, and you do find a woman there, men look for acceptance and respect and peace. To have somebody work with you, especially in a culture where that person has been raised to be a wife. Oh, thank you so much, original man. Thank you so much, original man. I truly appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you, man. Thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate you. Big shout out for the $20 super chat. Let me read it. Depolicing and trolling passport bros, so ridiculous. All the things that they accuse him of doing, they've been doing for decades here in the States. Houston, 123%. Yeah, because of Mocha Fest. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Original man, I talked about that on my last live. And you know that these women had enough nerve, bruh, to try to blame migrants. They tried to blame migrants for the list. If you saw the video, original man, of Mocha Fest, and that's who me, as a man with standards, is supposed to accept. I'm not going to accept that. I'm sorry. I'm just not going to do that. And that's what I'm talking about. The ratchet behavior is what's driving. In other words, the same community that's complaining is the community that's creating passport bros, blue book gentlemen, travel kings, because the juice isn't worth the squeeze. I don't want to get you after you've been ran through. And if you're a man of substance, see, Pookie and Ray Ray don't have standards. He needs a place to stay. He needs food to eat. He needs a car to drive. I got all that. I got all that. I don't need her for that. But there are going to be some standards that I would like the woman I share my life with to have. So you can call me controlling. You can call me narcissistic. You can call me insecure. I really don't care. Because you're going to take an L on that one. Those are the things that are pushing more men to adopt the passport bro lifestyle. I'm speaking from experience. Shout out to SIEM, Sus Day, Sok Sabai, on Slang Bone, Bone Slang On. To my girl in Cambodia is the fact that I get peace. I don't get arguments. I get a hot meal. I'm not washing clothes. I am in charge of my lane. The motorbikes, the cars there, the security lights, the cameras, the food, anything major that needs to be done that's in my wheelhouse is taken care of. I protect, I provide. That's what I'm there to do. That is what I'm there to do. And Dwight Demetrio said, don't listen to any model. Don't listen to him. We're not built for the West. Get your education and move on. And Dwight, I'm going to speak on that in a minute, Dwight. I'm going to put that up. I'm going to speak on that in a minute. We're not built for here. But back to what I was saying. The kids in the house got their chores. Yeah, I'm old school. Plus, I'm ex-military. So you got your duties. You got stuff you need to do. And as long as everybody stays in their lane, as long as nobody gets a failure to maintain lane ticket, then Original Man, thank you again. $5 super chat from Original Man. They expect us to settle for their nonsense. Black women have the highest rates of STDs in the U.S. Check out the CDC. Shout out Middleman. On that point, and I don't want to go down this rabbit hole all night, but I'm going to speak on it. Thank you so much for the super chat. If you go to the CDC, blackdemographics.com, yes, black women do lead the nation in STDs. They also lead the nation in obesity, 80%. Evictions, 39.2%. Single mothers, 70-something percent. Student loans, consumer debt. All of those categories, they're last in. They're last in all of those categories. And again, this is facts, not feelings. I'm not talking from feelings. The Original Man knows where I'm coming from. I'm talking from facts. 70% of those kids are born to single mother homes who Ebony K. Williams is promoting. Go out, get your IVF. But, black man, we need your seed so we can raise your kids without you. Right? And all these gremlins are doing all this craziness in the U.S. Carjackings, flash mobs, invasions, home invasions, all this other craziness. A lot of that has to do with the fact that ain't no man in the home. They're loudmouth liability. They are loudmouth liability. Dwight, the reason I said that was because blackdemographics.com, the CDC was one of the organizations that they got their information, along with Pew, along at the Census Bureau, along with the other ones, not strictly just the CDC, just to make that clear. But my point is, these women, black women specifically, are last in all these categories that I named earlier. And then you talk about settling. Like Original Man said, settling. Settling for what? Settling for what? Their standards. He got to be 6 feet tall, make 6 figures, 7 figures, this, that, or whatever. And like one of these matchmakers, a female, black female, who quit being a matchmaker. Thank you so much, Rice Patty Reasons, for the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Is they came back and they sat back and said, he says, they are welcome to feel like they're in the right with the assumptions and lies. We won't be here to be their suckers. Amen. And I'm going to tell you why they feel they're right. Shout out to Kevin Samuels. Rest in peace to the Godfather. Accountability is kryptonite. Accountability is kryptonite. Let me tell you why it's kryptonite. And I like for y'all to listen to me. I'm going to tell you why accountability is kryptonite to a lot of these ladies. When you hold yourself accountable, you're admitting that you have a shortcoming. Now, you can make a decision to correct that shortcoming, because at first you have to admit it. But when you're admitting, you're accepting the fact that you have a shortcoming. And what does sign language stand for? Shame, insults, guilt, and what's the end? The need to be right. So if she has to be accountable for her bad decisions, first of all, she has to say she made that bad decision. And that's something that her ego and her pride won't do. So it's easier for her to deflect, gaslight, and make it a man's fault. It's just that simple. And like Rice Patty said, we won't be here for that. I'm not. I left a long time ago. But we're not going to be here for that. You deserve, gentlemen, to live a life where you have peace, fulfillment, purpose, peace, love. You deserve that. Dwight, you're going to have to tell me more about that Global Meetup Summit. Definitely. The thing is, we're going to have to, like I said, stay focused and move forward. Put all that chatter behind you. Like I said in my intro, catch flights, not feelings, gentlemen. Catch flights, not feelings. I'm not about my feelings. I'm talking about facts here. See, these ladies went and picked a fight with foreign women. Called them out of their name, dirtfoot, uneducated. If you've traveled anywhere, these women speak their native language. They speak English. They might speak a third language. How are they uneducated? They're upset with Blue Book Gym because they need them to pay the roll, fall back. Bro. Brothers, you got to sit back and you got to watch the fact that you don't become a 304 parachute. See, because the Matrix needs simps. Simps are the ones that still going to take him to dinner, still pay their bills, still do this, and not ask for nothing back, hoping he's going to get to hit it someday. So the simps serve a purpose. I've never understood dating coaches and pickup artists, because with over 200 countries in the world, what you going to tell me? And I'm going to pay you for that? Yeah, exactly, Original Man. Like I said before, We have standards. That means that they have to meet those standards or they don't qualify. See, Pookie and Ray Ray don't give a damn if she don't meet the standards. He ain't got no place to stay. He ain't got no food to eat. You know what I'm saying? He needs that. But you know what's more importantly about that original man? He's not going to hold her accountable. But in the back of her mind, she knows that he ain't nothing. She knows that he's sorry. Exactly. Man, paying them for consultations to tell you what? And they're, you know, hey, man, you ain't got no game. You don't need to do. Really? Really? But again, it's a hustle, right? What Jay-Z said, don't knock the hustle. I'm calling it out. I don't need you to tell me nothing. Go be yourself. That's my advice. Go with an open mind and be yourself. Be genuine. Be legit. Be careful. Use your head. The rest will take care of itself. If you're, 64% of black men, yeah, they're charging $800 or more, or more, original man, or more. When you land in that country with 64% of black men in the middle class in America, you're in the top 5% of what people make in that country. Thank you so much to Dwight the Mentor. Move your money to a credit union, buy some real estate, get a Hilton honors card, get your passport, go, fear no one. That's why I made the video about taking the leap. If you check out my videos, I made, you got your passport. There's some brothers with some apprehension. They're a little afraid to go. Yeah, they game goofy, mulatto. Absolutely. I mean, I question, your intelligence for even listening to them. I would question your intelligence for even listening to them. That's what me and Rice Patty are working on, is that game plan. All of the things that Dwight the Mentor just mentioned. You got to have a plan. You got to have a way to sustain your income. If you're not on a pension, if you're not on a retirement, get a certification, become a digital nomad, get some income coming in. I know brothers now that spend a couple months here, a couple months overseas. Exactly, that thing needs to change. Because one of the craziest things about these chicks being mad about passport bros, they have more passports than we do. But they don't want to talk about the raft, the renter dread stuff they doing in the Caribbean, like Bianca C. Williams talked about in her book, The Pursuit of Happiness. They don't want to talk about going down there and getting their backs blown out. They're going to sit back and talk about brothers traveling, being SEX tourists. The hypocrisy is unbelievable. He said, Mad Dollars Gaming, the Matrix knows the travel kings and their bond power is going outside. In the next 10 years, there'll be a powerful, block. Hey, the wall is undefeated.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Father Time and Mother Nature are undefeated. And as more and more of these sisters hit the wall, that attitude is going to start changing, but it's going to be too late, in my opinion. That's not my problem. Economically, I think, shout out to Obsidian, said that every time a brother gets a passport, these lovely ladies are losing at least $30,000. I'm not quite sure how true that is. And we are loved everywhere. Black men are loved everywhere. Again, scare tactics. Mulatto, you're absolutely correct. How is a dude going to tell you how to pick up a woman in Portugal? He ain't never been there. What's he going to tell you? And you're right, original man. Underage boys out there blowing their backs out. They being hypocrites. Those girls' trips. The sipping paint parties or the sucking paint parties. Total hypocrites. That's why you shouldn't listen to them. We got the receipts. Rent a dress, underage boy, bom dia, bom noite, bom tarde. I love Portugal. I absolutely love that. Love Lisbon, love Porto, love Faro. You know, I love Lagos. I love the Algarve. Just an absolutely amazing country. If I didn't live in Cambodia, I'd probably live in Portugal. Exactly. Mr. Doctor Navigator, I never met a dating coach anyway. Yeah, I mean, it's a hustle, man. It's a BS hustle that tries to take advantage of brothers that don't know no better. Period. That's all it is. I'm gonna have to check that out, man. I'm gonna have to check that out. I can't wait to go back. I really can't. Last time I rented an apartment for like 2 months in Alfama, right by, I think it's the Santa Apollonia train station. I was able to just hop on a train, go to Porto. I just had a great time. Hey, bro, Mulatto, you'll love it. I loved it. I absolutely loved the country. There was really nothing about the country I didn't like. You know, it tripped me out at the market, man. Them gangster old Portuguese ladies just cut in line in front of you, don't care. They be like, you in my hood, bro. You just got to deal with it. Razor Ray's in the house. My man Razor Ray. Razor Ray's, please put a link to your channel in the chat. Razor Ray's, I was watching your live. Let me tell you something. Razor Ray's gives it to you raw. Stop through, donate to the Razor Ray's Cerveza Fund. The brother is telling you the truth about how to stay safe, how to watch yourself, especially if you're going down to Colombia. The brother's dropping pure knowledge. I absolutely love the content. Keeps it real, 100% legit. Big love to Razor Ray. I absolutely love you. It's Jay Clyde in the building. All the guys are falling through. Thank you so much, Razor Rays. I'm going to check you out. Definitely check you out, bro. Earl says, have you seen dating coach who's trying to have? Hey, bro. The lifestyle, the passport lifestyle is legitimate. Now, everybody wants to latch on. To tell you something, to teach you something that you already know. That you don't need. You don't need it. Yeah, you're absolutely right. The same ones that were attacking, using the market to sell their courses, they threw the white flag. Exactly, because they have to adjust. You cannot tell me that the backlog for passports in the U.S. at least has something to do with more men getting their passports and leaving the matrix. It's hard for me to believe that doesn't play a part in it. While you got 3, 6, 8 months that people are waiting for their passport. And I did a video on that for 2023. See, I'm trying to tailor that content to useful videos that can help people travel. See, hey Dwight, we really got to get together, man. You dropping places that I haven't even looked at it. I haven't even looked at those places. Manta, Ecuador. You know, it's you have got to open your, that passport opens the door to the world for you. That blue book opens the door to the world for you. It helps you go places, meet people. I'll share a story with you guys. I was in Lagos, Portugal. And Dwight will tell you, they do their little siesta thing during the day. So this was early evening. I'm walking on those beautiful cobblestone streets, these outdoor cafes. There's a white couple, man and a woman. Now, I'm 53. They're probably a little older than me. They were just staring at me. I'm talking like weren't even faking like they weren't staring at me. They were staring at a brother. I'm like, hey, what's up? So I walked over. Hey, hello, how are you? Well, Bum North, how are you? Good evening. What's going on? Sat down with them. They were from Sweden. We started talking, chopping it up a little bit. They spoke English. I ordered a bottle of wine, appetizers for the table. We sitting there, we're talking. And then I asked them, I said, I noticed y'all staring at me. Why? Why were you staring at me? You know what the lady said? Because we're used to seeing black women. We rarely see, I mean, I'm talking about this is like 2017. And we're not used to seeing black men a lot traveling. So she wasn't staring at me for any real racist reason. It was curiosity. But one thing that I would like to say, even though racism is real, it does exist around the world, ain't nothing different about it. Don't leave the U.S. with a racist chip on your shoulder. These people were curious. I got their information. We exchanged WhatsApp info. And, that's why I just really fell in love with it. I even had, when I came back this time in May, even with the health issues, it was shocking for me to be back in the USA. It was shocking. I landed at Hartsfield, 2 flights coming in from Jamaica, 1 flight from Mexico. The most ratchet of the ratchet sisterhood was on those flights. Eyelashes hanging off. Front, lace fronts hanging off. That's a bet. Not a problem. We can do it next week. And, they're loud. They're cussing. They're crude. They're, you got all the other international travelers looking at them like, the hell is going on here in the U.S.? Loud, ratchet, out of bounds. You know what I mean? And I was just shaking my head. And the second thing that got me is, by me living in Southeast Asia, I don't know whether it's genetic or maybe it's what they eat. I don't see a lot of obese Asian people in Southeast Asia. Occasionally, but on the average, I don't see fat Asian people. Oh my goodness. In the United States, bruh. Man, I'm seeing young women pushing 210, 215, 220. Young. And I'm like, wow. This obesity thing is for real. So these are the ones with the standards. Looking for a fit man, 6 feet tall, 6 figures. Huh?
What the hell is wrong with you?
They're the ones. You know what I'm saying? What I eat in Cambodia. What I eat in Cambodia is fresh. It's cooked fresh that day. I don't eat processed foods. Blood pressure went away. My overall stress level went way down. Here, the portions are massive. It's encouraged to be obese and eat way more than you're supposed to. That's why we have these big, huge refrigerators and freezers. My first apartment in Siem Reap, Cambodia was $100 a month. And I was getting a deal because it had an aircon unit in it. It didn't have any hot water. I had a one-eye little stove with a propane gas canister. And instead of a refrigerator, the place came with a styrofoam cooler with ice in it. So literally, luckily, I lived across from Salud Market, the largest market in Siem Reap. So I used to just walk over there every day and buy me something, cook it up. Or I used to go downstairs and get the street food. There were a couple of restaurants and food stalls. But I learned quickly I just stopped eating fast foods. I stopped ordering stuff. And I was better for it health-wise because of that. I'm going to find that sound effect. But the thing about it, man, is it's so myriad of reasons. I'm not going to get into it, but it's the politics. It's the media. What the media feeds you. People sit in front of that idiot box. And what they're told becomes their reality. And America is so much about what we have different. You know, in Cambodia, they have a word, barang. A barang is a foreigner. That means you're not Khmer. Black, white, Asian, European, it doesn't make a difference. You can be Asian and be a barang because you're not Khmer. It's very simple, folks. So when someone asks me how racist is Cambodia, I'm like, man, I don't know what you're talking about. The only racism that I felt in Cambodia, the only slick talk or racist things that I've heard in Cambodia have been from other expats. British, Australians, and Americans who've had some slick racist stuff to say. They brought it with them. You're absolutely correct. There's certain stuff that, and China doesn't either. China sends stuff, additives in food here to the U.S. that's banned in their country. Think about that. TikTok in China doesn't look like TikTok in the rest of the world. What social media and that idiot box teaches people. Think about it. See, it's a myriad of reasons. I don't have a car. I'm about to buy a truck in Cambodia because I want one. But I'm you know, I don't need a car there. Listen, a shout out to the Texas Marines, Semper Fi, hoorah, airborne all the way. I trained down in Camp Lejeune, 2nd Marine Expeditionary Force, once a Marine, always a Marine. Thank you so much for your service. Veterans always welcome here. Thank you for your service, man. I did 2 videos. If you look through my my channel about the VA hotlines for you to get emergency care at urgent cares and outside hospitals. I also did a video about the whole migrant thing and why a migrant is getting preferential treatment over homeless vets. And also I got a gentleman down in the DR named Alan. He and I are collaborating about his vet clinics in the DR, and he's opening a vet clinic in Thailand soon. So salute to you, sir.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
So much for joining me, man. Once a Marine, always a Marine. Thank you so much for the love and support. And, you know, that's near and dear to me. I got care at the VA here in Atlanta. They're in the news today. The Atlanta VA is in the news today because people can't call to get an appointment. I tried to get a hematology appointment literally for 1 month, and I called every day at least 20 times a day, and nobody answered that phone. Also, when I was at the VA, and this is one thing that I always preach. If you're a veteran, you earn that care. I will give props to my surgical team, to Dr. Goebel, Dr. Kasani, Dr. Levy in the GI specialists. I would say about 80% of the nurses at the VA here in Atlanta were great nurses. But it's that other 20%. I also want to thank my Congressman Hank Johnson's office. I want to thank the patient's advocate who I had to call to sit back and say, look, I'm not going to settle for substandard care. I earned this. I raised my hand. I took that oath. I earned this. And I would urge every vet, even when it comes to your claims, get an advocate, DAV, VFW. See, don't quit. They want you to get frustrated. They want you to quit. Get an advocate. Get a veterans services officer to help you push that claim. If they deny you, file again. Do your research. Don't quit. That's how I got to 100% total and permanent. It took me a couple years to do it, but I did it. And that opened up Chapter 35 benefits so my daughter could get her school paid for. I could get the dental work that I needed to get done through community care because the VA couldn't do the work. So they went and found me a civilian doctor that could do my dental work. But if I hadn't pushed for it, if I hadn't fought for it, which is a goddamn shame, I would have never gotten it. So to all my vets out there, fight for it. You earned it. They deserve to take care of you. You did your part. They need to do theirs. Salute to you, Texas Marines. Salute to you. You know, and like I'm saying before, I'm grateful to this country. My family immigrated to this country. Even though my mom was a U.S. citizen, my father was from Uganda. We came here. It provided opportunities for education, for growth for me and my family. However, America still has its faults. And this brings me to this point that I don't want to miss this point, gentlemen. And I want you guys to listen closely. There is no utopia abroad. There is no single country you're going to find, at least in my experience, that has everything that you're looking for. In Cambodia, I sacrificed the health care. So what I had to do, just like a good soldier does, I have a contingency plan. I have a plane ticket already paid for back to Atlanta. Secondly, I have short-term insurance. Thirdly, I can get to Thailand. Thailand has world-class health care. If it's that bad. I have the evacuation insurance, emergency evacuation insurance to get back. See, there's expat health care that you can get. You got to be really careful because I got burned. But that insurance, Brooklyn Kid in the building, that expat health insurance, original man, will help you get medical care in the country that you live in. But you got to be careful because they're real picky about pre-existing conditions and they'll drop you in a heartbeat. And it's not cheap. But in Thailand, they got world-class health care. The Saudi royal family goes to Thailand. Those doctors are trained at the best hospitals in the world. The Philippines has a VA hospital, if you can make it there. I flew back to the U.S. Even though my situation was serious, I got stabilized in Cambodia, and then I was able to make it because it was a direct flight to Atlanta. I was lucky. But I sacrificed that. I sacrificed some of the conveniences. I love the crunchy Cheetos. They don't have those at the store in Cambodia. The family-sized gummy bears, they don't have those. I know these sounds like silly things, but they don't have them. So there's certain things, but I can't put a price on my peace of mind. I can't put a price on my peace of mind. So yeah, I come back for care. I come back to see my kids, my grandkids. It's just a flight away. Plus, I'm getting those Delta miles, those Sky miles, those Korean miles. But I found peace. Bro, what hurts my heart is I'm 53. I've lost brothers younger than me that are close friends, or brothers now that are recovering from strokes, heart attacks, high blood pressure, cholesterol, mental breakdowns because of the stress of living in the matrix. It's not worth it. We get one chance at this life that we live. And you need to live it to the fullest every day. The juice is not worth the squeeze for me when it comes to relationships, when it comes to day-to-day life, rent. My airborne brother, Jeff in Brazil, you're right. I stay away from few Americans that don't want to adapt to the culture. They like to change the people and bring that. Bro, Jeff, let me tell you something. Jeff, I'm going to share this with you, brother, with all my heart. The people that I don't deal with in Cambodia, in the city that I live in, are the expats. For those exact same reasons that you just posted. You commented on. They bring that mindset with them. The entitlement, the judgment, rude, nasty, looking down on the people in the country that they live in. I'll give y'all an example. During the pandemic in SIEM Reap where I live, that's where Angkor Wat is. Shout out to SIEM Reap and Angkor Wat. Surlay. Sosday, Soksabai Bong. My tuk-tuk driver, my dear friend, my tour guide. They ripped up all the streets in Siem Reap. $130 million project. They ripped up all the streets. They put in new sewage, new electrical, new water, new everything. Do you know who complained? The expats. They complained about the dirt, the mud, the dust, the people don't know what they're doing. And in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, what's the best time to do this construction is when there are no tourists here. Plus, they're investing money into their infrastructure to make life better for the people that live there. Thirdly, they don't care what you think. They don't care what you did back in the UK. They don't care. The second thing, Jeff, they get involved in the local politics of the country that they live in. And they don't have a dog in that fight. Another example, I'm in Cambodia. The prime minister is the prime minister. I'll leave it at that. Their politics is their politics. There was a young lady that had a bar from Australia. This young lady decided that it was a good idea for her to go on Facebook and blast the prime minister. You heard me right. She blasted the prime minister. 2 days later, 75 policemen raided her business, arrested her and her husband, and they had to pay 55,000 USD to get out of jail. And then they were deported. Stay out of their business. You have nothing to do with that. But since politics is so big here, they got to get into it. Brooklyn Kid, thanks for the comment. That's right. There's nothing better than peace of mind. That's why I don't let it stress you out, bro. Don't steal your joy. When I try to go to school, try to school them how to do things, exactly. I'm a guest in that country. I'm here now. Not a problem, Jeff. Nothing but love for you, Airborne. Nothing but love for you. Don't talk politics overseas. Don't talk. I'm here in the U.S. and I'm taking weekly Khmer lessons. When I call my girl back in Cambodia, we're starting to speak conversational Khmer. It's like earlier, I said a few words in Portuguese thanks to Dwight. Dwight knows a lot more than I do. But being able to say hello, obrigado, thank you, ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien. ¿Y tú? If you're able just to say hello, how are you? Have a good day. In the country that you're going to, that opens up a lot of doors for you. They're saying that this person is actually making a change. He's respecting our culture and our language. And he's making an effort. If I go to Dwight's house and he says, hey, bro, take your shoes off before you come in, and I don't want to, he got every right to put me out. If I'm coming as a guest to your country and I don't want to abide by your rules, they're going to deport you. No, hold on. Let me get it right. They're going to incarcerate you, then deport you. So you're going to do a little time in locked up abroad. You're going to take an L. Ask this assy trucker what happened in Dubai about screaming at somebody. See, these sisters are taking L's all over the world. DR, the sister that got beat down in Jamaica. The YouTuber that was in Italy bringing in the food after they told her not to bring in the food. This sister, thanks to Philip Scott, shout out to brother Philip Scott on his show. They told her not to bring food in. She kept doing it. As a matter of fact, these were her words, gentlemen. When someone tells me not to do something, that makes me want to do it more anyway. So she continued to bring food in. They stopped her again. Hey, look, we tried to be nice, we told you. But here's the bill. 700 euro. That was her bill. That's what they fined her. When she didn't want to pay that, the owner of the hotel, they happened to be a very large Italian woman, smacked her up. She put her hands on her and said, give me my money. See, because these women, these sisters, are going overseas with that nasty, stank, entitled attitude. That smart mouth. Because they're coddled here. It's allowed here. It's tolerated here. But if any of us on this live right now that have traveled, we know that these other countries ain't playing that. They're not playing that foolishness. Again, ask the sassy trucker. Yeah, come check me, boo. They will. Believe me. Respect the local culture. Do your research. Do the research. The rules are different overseas. You're not in Kansas anymore. Do the research, the do's, the don'ts. What's frowned upon. But if you're traveling for the culture and you're respectful and you respect yourself, therefore you can respect other people. They want to be passport sisters out of spite. If they can travel, then we can travel too, all out of spite. And they taking L's. Brooklyn kid, they can't move like that. They can't move like we do. In certain situations, it's not even safe for them as women to be traveling in those countries alone. Cue the plane sound. Thank you so much for joining me, bro.
Thank you.
I really appreciate the comment. Akuntran, thank you. My thing is, bro, when I was in Medellin, Colombia, shout out to Rob at Sweet Georgia Cafe, Calle Nueve in Medellin, near El Poblado. We were watching football on Sunday like he does during the season. And we had fellowship with brothers from all over the country, the U.S. Dwight, salute to you, brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got your number. I hit you up. Have fun in Brussels, another great city. I went there when I was in the military. Thank you so much. Doctor, she said she can't wait to get back. Hey, bruh, and I'm going to touch on that real quick. Bruh, hey, Mad Dollar, do you know she came back? Her fine was $1,386. She didn't have the money to pay the fine. So there was a nonprofit organization that helped to get the $1,386 to get back. Do you know that she had enough nerve to say when she got back, the reason she didn't have the $1,386 because she spent all her money buying houses and properties in Dubai.
Stop the cap. Stop the cap right now. Stop the cap. No bullshit, bro.
You are buying properties in Dubai, but you don't have $1,386 to get back to the U.S. So that leads me to believe that you ain't learned your lesson, but you won't go back to Dubai. Yeah, you're right, original man. Those men are not going to put up with it. They're not going to put up with it. Brussels is a great city. I stayed at a guest house between Brussels and Antwerp. I was a driver during a military exercise. I absolutely love Belgium. And because we drove through Luxembourg to get there from Germany. Yeah, they hard-headed. But you know what?
You gonna learn today. You gonna learn today.
Yeah, they gonna learn today. Yeah, bruh. Cue the plane sound. Yeah. You were buying houses and properties in Dubai. Arguably the most expensive, if not one of the most expensive real estate markets in the world. And you said houses as in plural. And you didn't have $1,386 to get back. Stop it. Just stop it. It was a lie. You went over there and ran your mouth and got in trouble. And it's a trend. Thank you so much. It's Caldwell. I appreciate you so like this, brother. Many will learn the hard way. So far, the numbers look like the entitled ones and the drug addict. Dude, they're taking L's. They're taking L's because of their attitudes. Just like the sister, and it brings me to my pet peeve of the night. For those, and I'm not talking about the brothers that's on this live, but please, please, please stop mentioning 90 Day Fiance and Passport Bros, Travel Kings, and Blue Book Gentlemen in the same breath. Please. That's a reality show. That's not real. I have two friends that are producers in Hollywood that worked on that show plus a bunch of other shows like that. And they said, we pick disasters. We pick people that are going to fail, fall flat on their face because we want viewers. So when you see the fat brother that proposes to an imaginary chick, the other brother is taking the L from an ugly chick in another country, and they say, oh, look at the Passport Bros. Stop it. Stop it. Don't even mention those two in the same breath. Absolutely, Brooklyn Clear. She had the money. She would have been back. That's why she was there. $1,386. Why are you in Dubai? When the people in the country see you trying to learn their culture, they take you in open arms, teach you everything. Facts, Jeff. Facts, because you're making an effort. Yeah, she is Californian, Texas. She is. And if you look at the ratchet IG thing, sassy trucker, come on. Come on. But she's symbolic of what's happening with these ladies. But you know what? Another part of the hypocrisy that gets me with this, they don't want to spend money on a man here because, you know, he's supposed to take care of me. But they'll go down there and take care of them dusty crusties in other countries. They'll go do that. Errol, you got a point. I know in Cambodia, foreigners can't own property. You can buy a condo as long as it's on the second floor. I think that's the same thing in the Philippines. But there is a way in Cambodia through a long, very long-term lease, and you get a lawyer and you get it rented through a Khmer where the Khmer can't sell it without you and vice versa, where you basically own it, but it's going to cost you some money. But yeah, you're right. Plus, I think she was lying anyway. St. Cyr, welcome here. He says, yeah, you can buy property, but only in certain areas. Right. That's the navigator. We have nothing to do with 9-day field. Most of us are moving to countries that are stable income. Exactly. But see, the detractors and the haters, oh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the pastors. They're failing. Really? That has nothing to do with the lifestyle and brothers that are over there handling their business. Like I said, my friends were producers in Hollywood. They worked on all types of shows. And they say, we find the men and women that are going to fail. Why do you think on these reality shows they put people together in the same room they know got beef? Because they want to see them fight. They want to see these people fail. They want to see these people fall flat on their faces. Then the haters and the bums are the first ones to sit back and say, well, look at these brothers failing. Because they live in negativity. That's why I said at the beginning of this live, focus, move forward, get a plan, do your research, buy that ticket, catch flights, not feelings, bounce up out of here. Go see what it's like. Go there for a while. See if you like the culture. See if you like the weather. See if you like the food. If that place doesn't work for you, buy a different ticket. It's a huge world out there. And it's ready for you to see. All you got to do is see it. Yes, St. Cyr, exactly. They look for disasters. They look for those failures. They look for people to fail. And as I said that, I don't know, hopefully this will play, but I'll work out the audio because I don't know whether this video is going to play. But I promise, I think I'll do it Sunday. I'll have those issues worked out. But I'm definitely going to play the video about Vietnam. Let me see what Brooklyn Kid has to say here. She's on the video giving her throwing a drink. Yeah. She was super ratchet in there. So this ain't the first time. When she went to Dubai, she became the latest graduate of the F Around and Find Out University.
You gonna learn today. You gonna learn today.
They can't do it like we do it. I always tell brothers this. You're a guest in that country. Stay on swivel. You probably earn more than the average person there does. Watch yourself. Come back safely. Don't lose your life over something stupid. And I can tell you this from experience living in Cambodia for 5 years. You're not going to win an argument with a local. The police are not on your side. You don't have any rights in that country. So before you buck up and you start talking about what you're going to do, remember, and this is a shout out to 50th anniversary of hip hop, to the great prophet, the GOAT MC Rakim. What did Rakim say? It ain't where you're from, it's where you're at. Always remember that. Let people be your currency. Show respect, you get respect. Respect the culture, respect the people. They'll give it back to you in return. Go with a bad attitude, you're going to get bad results. And people come back here, or everybody in Italy is racist. No, maybe it's you. Rice patty. See, they can't keep their mouths shut here. They can't help themselves. Just listen to her name, Sassy Trucker, like that's a cute thing to be. Sassy, that's not cute. I don't want to come home after a long day of work to sassy. Feed me, freak me, let me go to bed. That's what I'm looking for.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
That's what I'm looking for. Feed me, freak me, put me to bed. It's unbelievable, gentlemen. But I hate to cut it short. We're really getting into this, but thanks for everybody that gave. I really appreciate it. Hey, Sunday, fun day, getting ready for the week. I'm going to have a good live for you. Check out my latest videos that I put on here. Texas Marine, salute to you, all the brothers that serve, to my airborne brothers. Jeff in Brazil, happy Airborne Day. Keep your feet and knees together. Razor Rays, Rice Patty, Mulatto Vanguard, Errol, Dwight, British Horse, thank you for joining. You know, all of you brothers that joined the chat tonight, the live tonight. Catch flights, not feelings. I love you guys, and there's nothing you can do about it. This is Ed signing off. You guys have a wonderful Friday. Enjoy yourselves and be safe.